Oh my mother, family! Huge bombshell news about Sergio Perez. I know many of you wanted Checo updates. Rumors and misinformation were flying. One said he'd be announced with Cadillac in Miami, then stories popped up about a supposed Alpine offer. Things are a little clearer today, so we'll confirm what might be happening. We've spoken with sources and there's a last-minute headline. Cadillac, alarmed by Alpine's real offer, is pushing hard to sign Checo Perez and is asking for calm while negotiations wrap up. You've seen how little calm there's been these past weeks. If you haven't, I'll show you in a second because Checo Perez's representative was seen in Monaco and said this just an hour ago. It's definitely an option we're considering. So many rumors, as I said. People have claimed everything about Checo Perez. Look here. A 180-degree turn in Sergio Perez's future. He's negotiating with Alpine. That chatter exploded after all the earlier misinformation claiming Cadillac would unveil him in Miami. We at For Maniaticos asked our source. They told us no. Though you never know with these tight-lipped matters. What I can confirm now is that Alpine's offer exists. Alpine apparently has drivers who might be interested and Colapinto would not be affected at all. Let's talk about Sergio Perez, where he stands, what the chances are that the Mexican driver, what we all want, returns to Formula One. I'll tell you at the end, so we don't create rumors, what our source has said for days. I didn't mention it earlier because when the press is full of speculation, I prefer to make a members-only video or say nothing. But we do have info. Sergio Perez's future, listen up family, and if you're Mexican, get hyped, could be close to being settled. It seems we won't reach the summer break before knowing something. But what we'll learn, listen carefully and don't let anyone lie to you, is not set in stone. Welcome to Sport Maniaticos, the Formula One section on YouTube. Grab a snack and smash a huge like if you want to see Checo Perez, if you want Checo Perez, who in no way threatens Colapinto. If you trust the power of Spanish speakers in F1, leave a mega like so I can see it, Checo can see it, Colapinto can see it, and Alpine and Cadillac can too, if needed. First, we have to analyze one thing about Sergio Perez's future. They're tossing bombs left and right, lining pockets with money, but they aren't considering what Sergio Perez wants. Many people try to rush his signing, claiming a fake exclusive with Cadillac. My question, is Cadillac best for Sergio Perez? Quick answer, obviously not, if he has a real Alpine offer on the table. I insist, our source says negotiations seen in Monaco are about something, and Checo's rep wasn't in Alpine's hospitality for nothing. Tomorrow, the press may claim he was there, launching a Mexican tequila brand. They can say whatever they like. But before that meeting, my source told me several things. One I've mentioned. Supposedly, even take it lightly, Gasly might already have an offer. We need to talk calmly about Gasly, so in this video I won't say more than he may have a couple of offers. Who knows if for 2026. Also, Checo might not be the only name linked to Alpine. Think about big name drivers at teams where they don't seem to fit right now. If you don't know where I'm going, I've said for 2 years this could happen when Netflix showed him winning races. Yes, Max Verstappen. Verstappen is shining in 2024 to 2025, but he says, I know my talent. If you want to see it, buy a circus ticket. But I want to win titles and have a 2023 level car. Why do I bring this up? Because you might even see stories linking Verstappen to Alpine, which once sounded insane, same as when I first heard it. Gasly has already hinted. Alpine's goal could be to win the 2026 title, so be careful. If you're not subscribed, do it. Bell on, because in the next video you could learn something juicy about Gasly. Stay tuned for Colapinto. Checo Perez's agent, Julian Jacoby, who manages the Mexican's career, visited Alpine's motorhome run by Flavio Briatore in Monaco amid rumors linking him to the French squad, with Cadillac also keen. Understand that by now, this is hardly rumor. 1. It was reported before. 2. Our sources said so. 3. Reputable journalists confirmed it. And 4. Seeing him in Alpine's box seals it. Yes, Checo really has an Alpine offer. From there, we enter tricky ground. By the way, I've heard some outlets talking about files disappearing at Alpine, etc. I warned you. Our source said Oliver Oaks was leaving and had left a lot behind inside Alpine. Maybe the leak is bigger, affecting whether Colapinto might team with Checo Perez. I repeat, I'm not saying Colapinto would leave. I've actually heard the opposite. Colapinto is safe as long as things stay as they are. And Briatore keeps his power. Remember, Alpine has many internal issues, like Luca De Meo's brief detour to that external company, Optimus, Excalibur, can't recall, but now that seems quiet. That could come back, but know that Franco Colapinto is protected by Briatore. If something went wrong at Alpine, which it shouldn't, for 2026, Franco will have a seat. So why does Alpine want Sergio Perez? Simple, Alpine wants to be a top team again. You can build greatness on track and off. You can succeed less than others on track, but dominate off. Like McLaren is calmer on social networks than Red Bull, who maximizes being number one. If Alpine gets a good car, they want drivers who will lead that triumph. Checo Perez, like Colapinto, has the whole American, really Spanish-speaking fan base behind him. ESPN's cameras caught that moment live. Jacoby leaving Alpine's unit. Though Checo's away from F1 after leaving Red Bull, several teams are interested. Also nobody has heard an official statement that he's fully cut off from Red Bull. Horner said he's still linked. So, more complications. If he's still tied to Red Bull powertrains and Ford, which has run 27,000 ads, suddenly leaving would require negotiations. Same as he had an exit clause, Ford must avoid a second fiasco after Porsche. In the end, they'll be running Samsung engines. They'll call Samsung and say, don't make the A330 model this year, build an F1 engine, or they'll have nothing, especially if Verstappen stays next year. To clarify, I think Checo has paused the Cadillac deal knowing it's fairly set if he wants it, to study new offers. This matches everything we've said. Sergio Perez has often declared he won't stay in F1 unless he can fight for the title, and Cadillac won't give him a short or mid-term title shot. If you're unsure why, start watching F1 from 1998 and you'll understand. Formula One isn't a sport where you just show up and win. Braun did it once. Yes, the only season. And you know the diffuser story. Using that single outlier to claim Cadillac could win before 2030 isn't serious. So all that 180-degree turn some saw was smaller for us. We knew nothing was confirmed, though the Cadillac talks were advanced. After that May 9th article, about 20 days ago, news broke that Checo'S rep was spotted in Alpine's box. That photo from ESPN is the one causing a stir. Jacoby in Monaco, heading to Alpine's area. Yes, that's him. From that, two truths. First, he wasn't signed and announced. Obviously. Second, there might be a fight we love. Teams battling for Sergio Perez. Reality is more exciting than the rumors pushed on us. We haven't even mentioned what members already know we heard from sources. Checo negotiated with other teams. Motorsport confirmed weeks later what we'd said. Mercedes was one, though tough. Of those talks, I never heard whether Mercedes approached him or vice versa. For Checo, Cadillac might be a good option, sure, but not the best, especially if there's an Alpine offer likely strong for 2026. Monaco, a circuit where engine isn't vital unless you're Fernando Alonso with a Mercedes engine, they struggle there, is pausing everything because there are months until summer. As I said, summer things are coming. Remember Christian Horner and other little things. One could be Checo if nothing advances earlier. Why? Because Cadillac now sees Alpine taking the cake. Mario Andretti and company say there's no official deal with Checo, but again, state they want him. Right after the Alpine news. Understand now? After rumors favoring them, which helped their image, Cadillac faced stories against them and must respond. Their statement, "We're not announcing anyone now. We're exploring every possibility. Perez is definitely an option we're considering. At the right time, we'll announce, making sure nothing is left on the table. We'll base it on merit and each potential situation." Note, this neither pushes Checo far from Cadillac nor guarantees him at Alpine. Let's be clear and tell the truth so people understand. There's a war for Checo Perez, and it won't end quickly, though many wish it would. Checo isn't interested in rushing. He wants to see what Alpine's story is, what this offer is, and whether he can fight for the championship next year. The tiny contract details with Cadillac concern Ford, according to my source. Again, take it as fiction, but that Ford issue may have opened another window. Checo isn't dumb, nor is his manager Julian. They're stalling to see if something better appears. We're in a season of rumors about Mercedes, blah blah. Checo knows blah blah can turn into real moves. He's lived it when everyone said he was staying and we sadly saw the writing on the wall. He left F1, hopefully only for a year. For now, understand, Cadillac says he's an option. The Alpine offer is real and attractive, Colapinto wouldn't be harmed. Other options, Motorsport confirmed them after us, like Mercedes aren't buzzing loudly right now. With Antonelli and so on, talks happen, but I've no sign they continue. Other teams asked about Checo, but nothing came of it because Checo doesn't want just anything. Performance-wise, Cadillac would be like those things. Well, we've talked enough and speculated enough. Everything I've told you from sources, take it as science fiction, always respectfully. My only goal is that when you read these news items, you're a bit better informed. Mission accomplished. Let's go, Checo. Never give up.